Hello guys, it's Bean here and I'm back with another video, and today I have r/entitled parents and I got 3 stories for you. Let's get right into the video. No, your bully of a son can't go to a private beach trip. Entitled mother abandons her child. Okay, people of Reddit, I thought I'd share a story from when I was younger, when my children were still young. So this takes place in the summer of 1975. At the time my sons were 9 and 7. Also, they were in the Cub Scouts, like most kids. They quickly made friends with the other kids, and as a dad, I made friends with the other dads that volunteered. Most of us got along well with the families, except for the entitled mother and her son. The mother was extremely clueless about her own son and basically refused to parent him. She was more into the lifestyle of a mum, being in mummy groups and spending her husband's money rather than being a good parent to her son. The dad was a good person but worked a lot, so he was absent. Her 9-year-old son was a notorious bully. He was overly aggressive, he hit other children, stole items, and was extremely disrespectful towards other adults. When the other parents brought this up, she would make constant excuses for him. He's just a baby. He's just expressing himself. Your kid started it. What made it worse is that the entitled mother would pacify her son's behavior with sweets, toys, and other things that he wanted. Because of this, the other parents and I didn't invite the mother and her son to events that took place outside of Scouts. The entitled mother would often call our homes about getting sleepovers or having her son play with other kids, which we were adamant about not happening. If we didn't give in, she said, "You're bullying my son by excluding him. How can you do that to a child?" She also threatened to call the governor of discrimination because she's a Baptist. So late June, the other parents and I were talking about a beach trip to the Santa Cruz and bringing our families with us. We talked about everything among the 10 other mums and dads about planning this out. The entitled mother must have overheard what we were saying because she just came over with her son and said, "Entitled mother, can you take my son with you? I have something to do with my husband." Me, what, where? "To Santa Cruz." No. You and your son are not invited. This is a friends only trip." "You're being a big meanie." Kicks me in the leg and runs away. "Look what you did, child hater." She leaves and chases after him. Because this was a big trip, we decided to go shopping and hit the road on Friday. We had a lot to do and a lot of shopping in bulk to reasonably feed 12 adults and 18 kids. My wife and I, along with 4 other parents, were watching the car and keeping the kids occupied. For a brief moment, I turned my attention to my car and turned the AC up cause my kids said that they were hot. I turned over and the entitled boy is there with his bag and his mum peeling out in her station wagon. We were all just in shock, asking ourselves, is this really happening to us? The boy's mother gave him a note that had his allergies and emergency phone number. We call, no answer. We can't leave the kid here alone and we're not going to bring him with us, so we opted to call the police. We put the kid in the car to keep him out of the sun and we made the call. We reported entitled mother for the abandonment of her child. They sent an officer out in 15 to 20-ish minutes. The other parents and I go back to our cars to look out for the police. When we did get back, entitled boy is pulling my 4-year-old daughter's hair. The reason? Why? The kids had some snack in the cooler and didn't want to share them with entitled boy. What later proceeded as we were running to the car is 10 of the boys pulled the entitled boy off my daughter and proceeded to beat his ass. Now, the kid has 2 years of range towards this kid bottled up inside, so what took place wasn't surprising. The entitled kid is bleeding, crying, and he says that we're all mean and started demanding food from us. He was cussing us out, hitting things, and said, I want to go to the trip. I want to go to the trip. I want to go to the trip now. He kept parroting this over and over again, and I yelled to him, "Shut up!" which only made him cry even more. Now, I will admit, I was probably in the wrong here, but this was one of the few children I have truly hated in my life. The police arrived soon, and after we explained what happened, apparently he had dropped off at his father's job. The mother received a child neglect charge. When she saw that our kids beat up hers, she tried to charge our kids for assault. It was dropped because it was self-defense. But all in all, my friends and our kids had a great week in Santa Cruz. If you wonder what happened to entitled Mum and Son, the mum is still married to the dad. We don't talk about it to her since our kids aged out of Scouts. The son is a 55-year-old man-child who is a creep that tries to pick up college girls, and he neglects his 4 kids. Well, that's my story, Reddit. That's all, folks. Wow, this is like a lifetime journal. And yeah, you need to shape up your kids. And this is why, people, if you don't shape them when they're younger, they're going to become adults and be the same. They don't grow out of these things often. Edie tries to steal my wallet. I'm back with a new EP story. Let's get into it. Best Son, BS. Entitled Douchebag. Me, Meme Education. So I went out on a walk around the park. I saw a son and a father there, and I thought nothing of it. Eventually, I bumped into him and I said sorry. He said it's okay, and it looks like he put something in his pocket. I patted myself to see if I had my wallet, and I did not have it. Oh shit. So I go up to the ED asking for my wallet. He refused, and the dick gave it to his son, who is around 15 to 16. Then the dad went to the bathroom and BS gave it to me. I thanked him and ran off. It was a bit anticlimactic. Good day and good tomorrow, Redditors. Damn. Parents are actually teaching their kids to do this. I know if you push it on a kid, they might get away with it, but no. Bad precedent. Or precedent. Kids, they won't get out this mindset. But at least he was a good boy and gave it back. EM attempts to steal an expensive laptop. Backstory. Basically, a new family moved into the neighborhood. The kid from the family was trying to introduce to himself to our other neighbors. This was in 2018, pre-COVID. I was playing Fortnite since I was bored of my other games and decided to try it out. EM entitled Mother, EK entitled Kid, me, M, Mum. I was playing Fortnite in my room when I heard a knock on the front door. My mum answered the door and my mum told me the conversation. Mum: "Hi, can I help you?" EK: "Yeah, I just moved in and I'm trying to make friends." Well, I have a son and he's playing video games upstairs. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Okay, cool, thanks. So he came up to my room and asked what I was doing. I said I was just playing some Fortnite. He asked if he could play and I said yeah, sure, go for it. He played a couple of games when his mother came and knocked. My mum directed her to my room and went back to the kitchen as she was cooking dinner. I told him, "See you later." He seemed like a cool kid. The next day, my mum told me the kid called and asked if I wanted to come over. I said yeah, sure, why not? So I brought my laptop over to his house and asked if we could play Fortnite again. I said sure, sounds good. Then, as we were playing, I needed to use the bathroom. As I was on the toilet, I overheard the kid and the mother talking about my laptop. This happened 3 years ago, so this is how I remember their conversation. EM: "Having fun?" EK: "Yeah, this laptop is so cool. I can play Fortnite. I wish I had it." EM: "Well, then, We can keep it. He wouldn't mind anyway. EK, really? Thanks, Mom. I was shocked when I heard this. I quickly finished up and came back. I said hi to his mum and said it's best if I start going. The mum hesitated and said, no, stay, you're having fun. I said yeah, but I best be off. The mum then locked the door and said, you're not leaving with this laptop. I said, what the heck do you mean? It's mine. Apparently the family was poor. In my opinion, BS, since they just moved into the house and deserved a laptop so he can continue being a good student. I told her to go buy one. You can get a cheap laptop or a console which also runs games. She said, you're such a loser. You don't need one. You're 15 and he's 13, so why do you care? His mum wouldn't let me out until I gave the laptop. I tried to force my way out, but then she threatened to hit me with a belt. I said, for flip's sakes, fine, take it. I pretended to give the laptop, then went to the bathroom and called the cops. Cops came around 5 minutes later and knocked hard. She panicked and opened the door shakily. I explained what happened and proved it was my laptop by the certificate in the computer. She was arrested for attempted kidnapping, abuse to a minor, and theft. Her son still gives me death stares. Crazy. His mother was taken to a mental hospital and the kid was given to a foster family. I only saw him in school until he swapped foster families and moved away. Wow, that is some super dark story. And I just wonder, like, if she can get a house, why couldn't she get a laptop? It makes no sense. Where did all the money for the house come from? Oh, I just hope whoever these people are in the story, if it's real, that they're in a better place. Anyway guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.